the mic all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. All right, ladies, welcome. This is our studio class. And we're going to start with one thing that we haven't done so far was red work or black work. So I would like to play with that today. And I'm going to give you 3 pictures. I'm going to drop them off tonight. They will be on the website tonight under January. Three files in a zip file. And I would like to extend a challenge to you. By the next class, I would like to see what they look like, even if we upload them just to the Yahoo Groups photo section, the ones that's been stitched out and all that. So, is that a acceptable challenge or not?
Yes.
At least one of the 3. I'm not saying all 3. You know, that might be a bit crazy. But let's do something and then just put it together and see what it looks like. Right, so off we go. We go to Studio, and I'm going to pick up the designs, and I'll show you what the design looked like. Just change the screen there quickly. Nice and easy. I don't hear any comment coming back from the audience.
Yeah.
We don't believe you.
Yeah, I'm going, maybe this class is too advanced for me.
No, let's go. Let's take it one step at a time. Right, first thing, edit preferences in Studio so that we can go and set our hoop size. And first thing I need to go and put my hoop color back to nearly white so that we can see the hoop area. And I'm going to work with a 5 by 7. With that 5 by 7 should be fine. Most of the hoop sizes would work there. Come on, 5 by 7. So accept that. I'm not going to change anything else and just go and say save and apply. And that should change the screen for me and give me the hoop size that I can work with now. And I could have rotated this hoop, because that picture was actually a horizontal and not a vertical. So let's go and do that. Edit preferences, and the only thing that we want to do is we want to change the hoop size. So I'm just going to change it the other way around. That would be then 7 by 5. And then click on the green little tick there and save and apply changes. Right, now let's go. First, next step, image import. Carolyn, it's the first time that you attend one of the classes actually online, am I right?
Yes, it is, because I had my surgery a few weeks ago, and I just, I was not with it for quite a while.
Ah, so now you've got some time now to recuperate and then still join us as well. That's good.
Yes.
So there's our little design there. 4194 987. So that's the design that I'm going to call up. And you'll see the actual design size is 720 by 581 pixels. So it's nice and big. It's bigger normally than a postcard. Postcard is normally 400 by 600. So good quality design, and we're going to put it into our screen. Right, the planning process of your clip of your red work. Let's go and change the color immediately to red, seeing that we are there. Planning process of red work needs to be done in such a way that you can stitch out without having jump stitches, but in some cases you will have jump stitches. You can't never have jump stitches at all. If I'm just looking at the area here back behind the two sailors, on that wooden beam there's little square blocks in the middle there, and those square blocks you cannot go and do any other way than basically do them, and they'll have a jump stitch. But what we'll try and do is we'll try and work down from the side so that we can go around an area and come back and work without doing a jump at any point in time. And then in the net or sail that they're working, we have some shading there and on where all the folds of it is. Now that shading there, we're not going to do that shading with normal single running stitch. We're going to do it with a full. But when we do it with a full, we're going to take the underlay out, so there will be no underlay, not even the edging, and that will allow us to do the design in such a way that we'll have that little running stitch there. So I think let's start with that, and we can always connect them at the later stage, and I just want to show you what I'm talking about there. And if you don't understand anything, Carolyn, please stop. Same Elizabeth, if you see something, just throw me a quick question online. I'm not sure if Elizabeth...
Okay.
Elizabeth's internet might be a bit slow. I'm not sure. She's complained that she's picking up problems and she can't get her mic to work 100%. Right. So with the full stitch, all these folds in the sail we're going to do with a full stitch. I'm going to start off with a full stitch then, and I'm going to take on the right hand side, I'm going to take away the edge under the plain full. I'm going to take the zigzag away, both of them, so that there's no underlaying at all, and I'm going to change the plain full option to a full 2. Let me just see if there's something better. Not really. Perhaps the random 1 can work as well. And I'm going to come back, leave my stitch direction as is at this point, and then start off by doing this folds in the shadows in the sail area. So I'm going to start from the side and go in, and then come back to the end so that I can stop on the end here and now I've got an edge there. You'll see the edge. I can just zoom in a little bit more, and I need to sort that out. How do we sort that out? And the quick thing is right click, go to parameters, and although it doesn't show me that there's any edge, for some reason it's giving me an edge stitch there, and I don't want that edge stitch there.
I don't think it's an edge stitch. I think it's just an outline
Just
read
the
that
outline
it's
area.
where it shows.
Let's go, yeah, that could be better. Let's go and have a look quickly under let's go and have a look quickly under the 3D view. Just switching over to 3D. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Oh yeah, because I'm in object mode, I'm not in 3D mode. Right, there we go. Let's go parameters. What I would like to do, I would like to have the stitches a lot looser. So right click, parameters, and then change the density at the top to about 12. And generate stitches. Okay, there is a stitching at the top, and and because it's stitching from one side, right, let's go and fix this. I would like to put my running stitch at the bottom end here, and that open it, so that one I don't want there. And to do that, let's get back to normal view, because it's going all the way there and it's coming back. Right click, edit, and I'm going to move my starting point from where it is now on this side here to right at the top by clicking on that node, that square node there, putting insert, place start point here, and then on this end here I'm going to put the end point. Right click, place end point here, and generate stitches. And the next thing I would like to do, I would like to insert a running stitch or a connection stitch, and that connection stitch I'm going to insert from this corner point. That's the wrong thing. Escape, 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 undo, undo. The right tool there is not the connection stitch, it's the open and curve stitch. I'm going to use that. Click there and click right at the top there and bring that line in, and then go. Sorry, I missed that. Generate stitches, and then just go and move those two, object number 1 and object number 2 on the right hand side, just move them the other way around. So I should now have in 3D mode a stitch that looks like that.
Will you two stop it?
Okay. Right, so now we go back a little bit, and then I'm going to start with the second one. Any questions on what I've done?
Why did you put the line on the left-hand side?
Betty, I would rather, you know, if you look at the fold of your canvas, the canvas is folding on the left-hand side, and it's going open to the right-hand side. If you look at the next section here, you'll also see that there's a fairly prominent line. So I'm going to utilize that to my benefit, in the sense that I'm going to put a line there, and that line's purpose would be for me to, because then I can use that full stitch to run from the narrow end through to the side of the canvas, and that will be an extra benefit to me. Otherwise, the program wants to put that stitch that comes back from that side on the outside edge, and I don't want it there. So I'm going to do exactly the same with the next line. And start off from here and bring that in, and then leave it there, generate stitches, and then go back to the full stitch. We did the full without the edge, and the density was 12. The 12, and the degrees, in this case I want to bring the degrees down to a -20. The other one was 20 degrees. This one I'm bringing down to a -20 because I want to put my stitching down, going downwards to the left. That was fine. And the other thing that we did was random number 1, if I'm not mistaken. Random number 1, and start off. And when I'm finished, I'm just going to move my start and end points. And I can go and put a random edge on the one side as well, which will make those stitches a little bit longer. Close edges, that's fine. Bring that into place. That one must come in, it must be at least on top of the line going there. And then if I go and I click on that first node there and put start point there, place start point there, and then go back to the end here and then right click and place end point there. We've got start point and we've got end point. Wrong way around. Zoom back. Yeah. And generate stitches. Okay, if I go through to 3D, let's just go and have a look at 3D quickly.
You do realize, Phil, this is going to take me a year to do.
Yeah, well, I will accept your handicap at this point. I know you've got.
Is this what we're supposed to have for next Tuesday?
No,
For next week?
no, for the next studio class.
Oh, okay.
Next studio class should be in a month's time.
Oh, boy. But, you know, that's a lot easier than what I was doing. Whenever those lines were like that in designs, I would try to do the manual stitches. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, a lot of people find that easy, but boy, I sure don't.
No, I find that with what I'm doing now, it's giving me that little bit of an extra edge. And I'm changing and I'm using the random option 2, which is the outside, which is the right-hand side. Changing that to a random edge, so it will still give me my design, but you'll see that now. Look, if you look at the changes there, it's given me more of a random edge that's there. And let's get back to our design. Normal view, and there we go. So from here onwards to this area here, I must have. Let me just wait for the screen to change, and I'll show you what I'm waiting for. This section that I'm going to do now, what's going on? Judy, what does the screen do?
It's a full normal now.
Can you see my mouse? Oh, you can see it. Okay. Okay. So this section here is, I'll have to do a jump. I'll have to have a jump from there to go to that area. And that area there. So you need to plan now and to say at what point would you like to have your jumps and when not. And perhaps it might be worth your while to do the complete design and then leave the inside pieces that will have the jump for the very last thing. So let's accept that might be the case. And then go with our normal stitch. I've stopped there. So I'm going to go from there to there. On the edge and then go right through to the top there. And these walking stitches is normal straightforward. If you look at the parameters on them, you'll find that the parameters on them is your single stitch. So there's no funny stitches or nothing with them. So they shouldn't basically pop out and be like a triple stitch or a red work stitch and all that. When we get to the others, we will work with red work stitches. But now for this walking stitch that goes there, I just want a normal stitch there. And that's fine. And then we go back to our full area, starting from there, back, down, go back to the bottom and go close edges. And now I'm going to change do all my changes again. That's fine. All of them off. Go back to random 1. And it's nice to have a piece of a notebook with you, because sometimes when you start changing these things and you want to go use them the same, all of them the same, sometimes you forget what you would like to do. And then you change something and you can't figure out exactly what it was. So we go back. Angle was 25. That angle there could be about 35, 45 perhaps. If I look at the shadows there, that's 100%. Generate stitches, and then I would like to go back and just go and put the random edge on 2. And generate stitches there as well. Okay, so we've got that little bit extra there. Right.
And change the first and last stitch.
Oh yeah, thanks Judy. Thank you. Parameters. I think the first one was the, sorry, it's not parameters. Let's edit. First stitch was there, but last stitch was in the wrong place. So I need to go and click on the node at the bottom there, right click and go and put full, endpoint full must go there. Yep, thank you very much.
Could you use a column for this?
Like a Saturn? Yep.
Well, in very low density.
Yeah.
Can you make the edges frayed like that if it's a column?
Yeah, we can. Let's do one like that. Let's go and do one like that. So now we've done that one. Let's go and do this chappy that's here then in a column. So from there I'm going to walk now and walk down. And see if I can take it in and get away with. Might have a little jump there, but that's fine. I'm going to put a connection in there, generate stitches. And when you're going to use a column now, and the column that we will use will be column right hand top corner. There's 3 columns there, A, B, and C. They're visible. Do you see them in the right hand top corner?
Yes.
Okay. So A is the one where you can have a different amount of nodes on the one side than from the other side. B, you will have exactly the same amount of nodes on both sides of your satin stitch or your column stitch. And then C would be exact same width. So C is like when you do a border, you will basically use C for a border. In this case, I'm going to use A. And we're going to start off. And remember, when you do your column stitches work, first 2 points that you put is the starting points. And then I'm going to work on the one end. Come back, click on my starting stitch, and then go to the other side of my satin stitch. And this is what I find with most of the students that I've had so far that's actually in class. They start going all the way around like they do with a normal full stitch, and then they can't understand what happened to their design afterwards. Right, so now I've got more than one group here, and let's put that together, that's fine. And go and delete that node there. Bring this out a bit. Right, now if you look at your sample stitch on the side, on the right hand side, Judy, you asked me the question, can you use it with satin? If you look at your parameter section on the right hand side, we will use sample 1 or 2. We're not going to use any of the others. Okay, so it will be 1 or 2, doesn't matter which one of the 2 it is. The envelope that we will use will be the normal envelope, or you can go and change your envelope now to become envelope like envelope number 7. I would rather use a 7 than any one of the others. If you look at 7 clearly, you'll see that it's a long stitch, a small stitch at the top, a long stitch, a small stitch at the bottom, and a long stitch at the top. So let's use 7. And then again we have that random bordering facility there. So on number 1 I'm going to add random bordering, and on number 2 I'm going to add random bordering. And that is the 2 sides of your satin stitch, top and bottom. And then let's go, we said gradient, and we said density is 4. 4 density is not going to work for this. It's too dense. So we need to go for, let's do the same with a 12, but I feel like my gut tells me we need to go for an 8 perhaps, and have a look what it looks like. And say generate stitches. And there shouldn't be and there'll be an underlay now, but there shouldn't be it. And I'll show you how to take that out now. Let's go to 3D. No, it's fine. Okay. If you need more of an edge on it, we need to change the random bordering. Okay. So there's our stitching now. When this starts, and the thing with satin is you cannot go and control the start and end point. Open up your
Right.
Elizabeth, welcome back. Still want to open that. It's fine there.
So Phil, does that have underlay on it then?
Yeah, let's go and have a look quickly if there's any underlay on it. Right click, parameters. Yeah, there is. So let me just see if you can see the screen now. On the right hand side of your screen, auto select underlay is ticked. I'm going to take that off, and you'll see that it's edge and zigzag are both on. I'm going to take them off, and then I'm going to do the generate stitches after that. So now it should have no underlay underneath, and there was a little bit of a stitching that was running underneath that there, and that's gone. So it will start on this side,
Yeah, that does make a difference.
and it will stop on that side there. So we'll have to have a jump stitch from there now. Going back, going back. Right, now, if we now look at this section here, and we're going to plan this section, we can move this section out completely. And let's see how we're going to do that. I need to jump from there, and I need to jump over, and I need to go this way. So I'm just going to do a jump straight forward without starting anywhere, and I'm going to start off doing this fold at the bottom. And let's go and do that in a satin so that I can show Judy something there as well. I'm going to start off from the bottom end here. And let's see if that will work as a satin. So I've basically gone around the bottom end from there. Now I'm going to go to the opposite end of my satin stitch. And this might cause a problem. Well, if it does, I would like to show you what the case is there. How to fix it. We go down, it's done, set up, and again, parameters. And because of this area being so long, a wide area, I'm not going to use the normal straightforward sample stitch. I'm now going to go and use sample number, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the top. So I can have stitches in between. Then use my density to 8. Density set to 8. Random we're setting to 50 top and 50 bottom. Perhaps go 75, be a bit cocky there. And again go and use, no, let's use number 1. Let's use number 1. But I would like to use a bit of a gradient so that it's got more stitches on the one side and less stitches on the other side. So I'm going to take my gradient percentage and put my gradient down to about 20% and click that, and let's generate stitches and see what it gives us.
Whoops.
Whoops. Whoops. Okay. What was the mistake? I was not supposed to do a random edge on the one side. I was only
Right.
I was only supposed to do a random bordering on the one side, not on both sides. So let's go and fix that. First thing first, go back, parameters, and take number 1's rendering back to 0. Number 2 is rounding back to 25. And while I'm there, let me go and take and see if I can take this auto underlay off, generate stitches. And even that is still the other way around. So, can you see why I say it's the other way around? Number
Yes,
two,
it's gone on the blanket.
is there, and number 1 is, I thought it was the other way around, so I need to go and change that. So parameters wise, I need to go and make 2 0 and take 1 and do 1 at a 50 or even at 75. And my gradient is too high. I'm going to take that down to 10. And my density I can bring down to about a 6. And let's generate stitches now and see what it is.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it's running now on the edge of the sail, of the canvas, and it's basically randoming into the design. If I go over to 3D mode, I can show you in 3D mode what it looks like. And you can see the stitches. It's not too long stitches. Although it's a satin stitch, it's not that long because it's got that, we've used that other parameters, we've used the option in samples, we've used, isn't there a better option to use? Not really. No, I think
That one looks nice.
that one
Yeah,
is better.
it does.
That one is the better one of the lot. Because the stitching, if you look at the sample, the needle penetration points is not exactly all of them in the same spot. So it does give you a little bit of a better shadow there. Right, let's get one back. So now I need to go to, okay. From here, I stopped on this side, so it's fine. So from here I can go and do my walking stitch. And now I need to look at this area here. If I do that, I must come, it doesn't help me, I point with a finger, you won't be able to see it, eh? If I look at this area where the mouse is now, I can get to that when I come back from the other side of the canvas. So I can do that shadow area from that side. Now I'm just going to go and do this section here. And this section I'm going to use normal fill instead of the satin, but we want to have the same effect, so I'm taking it up to the last end, generate stitches, and then go back to my fill stitch and start at that end, because that's where I would like to, that will be my end point there. I'm going to go down, and then we're going to change that when we've finished. If Judy keeps reminding me, that will be good. Extra memory help somewhere.
I could use it.
Yeah.
So, Phil, if you combined column with what you did the first time around with, like, the random stitch, is that going to make the red work shine or look a little bit different and add some effects to the design?
Yeah, and the thing is, what you're looking for, Carolyn, is to basically try and reduce your digitizing time to as little as possible, because you can go and physically be crazy enough to go and do that as loose stitches. But I don't think we should be that brave.
Right.
I really don't see, if we've got a saying that if you've got a dog, you don't get up at 12 o'clock at night to just go and bark in your yard. Your dog will do that automatically for you. You don't have to worry about it. So why do you want to go and do something on the difficult way, except if there's a specific reason why you would like to do it? But under normal circumstances,
Yeah, I don't...
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going back and we say close edges, and we need to change our parameters. Stitch direction here, that is 70. Density, we had them at at 12. I'm going
12.
to take it down to 8 because I would like to play with gradient and I would like to play with the wave effect in this specific shadow as well. See if we can do that in the process. I take that down to 8. That's fine. We don't want any underlaying at all. We're going down to random 1 and just go and generate the stitches. And then go over into 3D mode and then go back and change parameters. And now I would like to have a gradient here, at least 10, and I would like to have a wave effect in this. And see if we can get a better result from the design. Right, go, let's see now this. And if I
Wow.
Okay, so there's my shadow there. I think 8 might be a little bit too dense still. So let's go back to parameters and just push that 8 up to 10 because the other one was 12. And I'm going to play with my wave effect to see. I don't like this section the way it is here. I would rather have stitches going that way. Let's see what we can do on that. And I can go and add a random 2 to have a random edge there as well. What do you think of that?
Looks like a shadow.
Good work, eh? And you can't really pick up that other stitch there. Okay, we still need to do that. Start and end points, hey Judy? So
Yeah.
starting there, end point there, start point and end point there. What else do we need? It's fine because from there we're going to go on. We don't need to put the start point anywhere else, so that's going to be 100%. I'm quite happy with that. I just want to go and redraw the guy's drawing a bit and do the generator stitches there. Right, let's go back to normal view, and from there we're going to go up to step 2 and walk from there up to there, stop there. Now if I look at this area where I am now, the shadow that's going this way is different from the shadow's angle going that way at the top. So I need to do those two sections as two separate entities. Otherwise I can't control my shadow angle completely. So I'm going to start by doing that one then from there, going down the bottom. If you ever have a design and you're not sure if it's going to be all right, whatever, and you want comments from me, you're more than welcome to email me the EOF file, and I will look at your design, and I'll look at your EOF file, and I'll come back with information on what I most probably would have done in that case or on that specific design. Right, density, we take density back to 12. No underlaying. Edging to, can't see edging there, stitch direction there, close to 90%, a little bit over 110, yeah, that will be fine, and go and generate stitches. Go, and then go and do the next bit, because I would like to spend some time on the outline still as well. So from there I'm going to go over, come back to the bottom, and you don't have to follow your drawing exactly. It's not necessary, as long as you can put the shadow in there, and it will give you the effect that you're looking for. That will be fine. And that's the same thing with your cotton. When you put cotton on the machine can't pick up whether it's blue or red or green. Fortunately, sometimes. Right, density 12. Stitch direction there. It'll be the same, 95, 95, 95. Full type, random 2, no edging, and generate stitches. Okay, let me just go and have a look at 3D. I would like to put an edge to it. I would like to put an edge to this one, especially this one at the top there. So I'm going to go to parameters and just put a random edge to it. Random edge 2. Let's have a look what it does. Yeah, I'm all happy with it. Something changed. Are you guys still online? Yeah. Yeah, I can't even see it. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, most of them stop recording now.